Good day, praise be Jesus and Mary. I am Mar Lawrence Klinawan, and today I will discuss the topic teaching students with special gifts and talents. I would like to share with you first the learning objectives of this topic. First is define the students with special gifts and talents. Second is classroom accommodation and modification. Lastly, teaching strategies for gifted and talented students. What does it mean to have special gifts and talents? So, according to the Council for Exceptional Children or CEC, definition states that gifted and talented means students, children, or youth who give evidence of high achievement capability in areas such as intellectual, creative, artistic, or leadership capacity, or in specific academic fields to fully or develop those capabilities. So, for example, a child may be gifted creatively and intellectually, or he may have above average physical coordination and memory, or more social and emotional maturity than other children his age. Next is, what are the common characteristics of students with special gifts and talents? Children are so diverse. Not all exhibit all characteristics all of the time. However, there are common characteristics that many gifted individuals share. First is excellent memory. So gifted children are often able to retain information faster and for longer periods of time than average children of the same age. The rapid learning ability allows them to process facts quickly and retain them for efficient recall later on. High memory retention combined with fast information processing often means these children learn subjects that are rapid fire rate that can make it challenging for parents and teachers to present information to gifted children as fast as they like. Next is problem-solving capabilities. Often perceived as effective problem solvers, gifted children typically relish nothing more than breaking down a complex issue and finding a solution that no one else has ever thought of. These children, according to education.com, have an advanced and cognitive and affective capacity for conceptualizing societal problems, the potential leaders of the future. Next is idealism and sense of justice at early age. So gifted and talented children often have an acute sense of justice, which can translate to high expectations of themselves and others, while their strong moral compass can make them effective leaders and ensure good choices in many situations. This characteristic can also make it difficult for them to forge long-lasting relationship with others. So these children often become interested in justice and fairness at very early age, which continues throughout their lives. Next is verbal ability. Gifted children often begin communicating verbally at an early age, and they use vocabulary far beyond their age. These children are often referred to as precocious because of their language usage. The website for Amend Psychological Services lists some of the verbal features of gifted children as avid storytellers, early talkers, or those with an extensive and precise vocabulary. These children often choose their words carefully, but tend to use a lot of them. They can also get frustrated with children in the same age group who are unable to understand them and often turn to older children or adults for conversation. And lastly, they have strong imagination. So gifted children often exhibit a strong imagination, with an ability to spin tales that parents and teachers do not necessarily expect. So according to education.com, says these children often show originality in their oral, written, or artistic expression and are viewed as highly creative. Gifted children may spend time fantasizing and are often categorized as independent thinkers. So next slide is about classroom accommodations and modifications. Give 3 examples of classroom accommodations and modifications. So first is tiered assignments. Tiered assignments refer to assignments that are graduated or tiered by level of difficulty or completeness. For example, creating a tiered assignment in either a self-contained or a regular classroom allows for all levels of learners to complete the same assignment to do the best of their ability. So next is open-ended assignments. So open-ended assignments refer to giving the students choice as to how far they take their own learning, making them both responsible and accountable for their own education. So in this way, students can be given choice of both assignment, content, and product delivery. And lastly, acceleration, telescoping, compacting ability, or need grouping. So acceleration refers to educating the student at their level of ability rather than chronological age. This can take many forms and can be in one or more areas depending on the nature of the gifted student's development. So in this way, students can be accelerated by having early entrance into school, skipping grades, or by being placed in a higher grade for a particular subject or discipline. Slide is about teaching strategies for gifted and talented students. So first, allow me to apologize kay sabat jud kayo ang mga manok. Ako gina silang maiyaw unya. So back to the topic. So the strategy number 1 is familiarize yourself with the characteristics of intellectually gifted students. So not all gifted students in your classroom will be identified, and even those who are may not always appear to be gifted. As such, it is important that you don't allow yourself to be distracted by false stereotypes. Gifted students come from all ethnic groups. They are both boys and girls. They live in both rural and urban areas, and they aren't always straight students. So next is the strategy number 2. Let go of normal. Offer all students the opportunity to grow from where they are, not from where your teacher training courses say they should be. You will not harm a student by offering him or her opportunities to complete work that is more advanced. Research consistently shows that curriculum based on development and ability is far more effective than curriculum based on age, and research indicates that giftedness occurs along a continuum. As a teacher, you will likely encounter students who are moderately gifted, highly gifted, and perhaps, if you're lucky, even a few who are profoundly gifted. So next is strategy number 3. Conduct informal assessments. Meeting the needs of gifted students does not need to be an all-consuming task. One of the easiest ways to better understand how to provide challenging materials is to conduct informal whole class assessments on a regular basis. For example, before beginning any unit, administer the end of the unit test. Students who score above 80% should not be forced to relearn information they already know. So rather, these students should be given parallel opportunities that are challenging. So next is the strategy number 4. Involve parents as resource locators. So parents of gifted children are often active advocates for their children. If you are not prepared for this, it can be a bit unnerving. The good news is that what they want most is to be heard and to be encounter someone who is willing to think differently. So lastly is the strategy number 5. Explore acceleration. Another option is to allow students to attend classes with other students who are the same developmental level rather than with their age peers. A student should not have their opportunities limited because of their age, their race, or any other factor that is beyond their control. Education should be about creating true learning opportunities for all students, including gifted students. So for example, if you have a student who is ready for 5th grade work, collaborate with the 5th grade teachers. So the last slide would be a biblical passage from 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 10. It says that as each one has received a special gift, employ it in serving one another as good stewards of the manifold grace of God. So to connect it to our topic, the Bible tells us that we are all born with distinct talents and gifts that set us apart from each other. Which you discover the talents that God has given you and you use them to glorify Him, you will experience a full life. Our loving Lord wants us to feel whole and complete, and it is through talents that we can find our unique calling in life. So thank you everyone. I hope you enjoy listening to this topic, and may God bless us all. Thank you.